It'll all be gone soon. When you've got the right tools and the experience, you can make quick work of stuff. They're doing nearly all the work from the other side and removing the stuff from the other side. They're only going to come back round here to deal with the stumps that are left behind. But you can see, you know, there's some serious branches coming off here and they're lucky they can just chuck it down that side and then clear it away to their van. But you know, when you've got a mini chainsaw, thick pieces like that come off pretty easy. I haven't got all this sort of equipment. I haven't got steps that, you know, have got a tripod base that you can stand on safely on your own. Anyway, my only worry is the big hole that's going to be there, and next door can look straight in the garden, but only when they're in their garden. Okay, they've just finished, and the guy said he didn't want to take this down to a stump that was too low because he said the stress may actually kill the tree altogether. So he's left it a bit longer with greenery, so it will now start to grow again. And my idea is to allow it to grow to the height of their shed, and then I can trim it, because I can get in there with my steps and I can just keep the top trimmed and the front. And we'll do like we've done with the laurel. We'll actually turn this into like a hedge rather than a tree. And this is being allowed to grow to fill the gap in so that it looks nice. So that's what's going on. Made me laugh. He got in there. There was one of these pyrocanthus was right in there. And I said he must go incredibly careful not to damage the red maple. So I was round talking to the guy the other side, and he said, "Are you all right?" And he said, "No." He said, "I've been got." And what he got with was this. Look at those. So he'd got in there to get at that. I asked him to cut the other one down to ground level basically, which means I've got 2 years before it pokes its head up above the fence again. And then when Hannah and I get at the bamboo here will come down to just above fence height and will be taken back in there and brought down a bit. This maple tree will come into its own, and that'll start growing an awful lot better now it can see the daylight. So we should get nice response from that, which would be good, because there's parts of that maple that head off over there that have got hardly any leaves on because they were swamped out by other stuff. So yeah, Hannah and I have a go at this bamboo and the wisteria, and that's this end done then. Things like this is doing exactly what was planned. It's growing out in all directions, and everything that's pointing forward. Oh, there's a little damselfly. I don't know whether I can zoom in on that because I can't see very well on the screen in this light. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. It's... I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm just... Oh, it's gone. Oh, that's right on the top of that. Let me come out again. I think I've got it. I think it's there. I doubt if it's in focus. Yeah, little damselfly. Anyway, sidetracked. So yeah, what we plan on doing is everything that is growing forward goes back to 2 leaves so that it will thicken up, and everything that's coming out sideways will be allowed to grow, and that'll fill in the gap, and then that'll be a nice green. Everything that's sticking up above normal height will just come off. And we've got the other laurel in there. Now that it's lost its light, it's not growing so vigorously, but same treatment there. Anything that comes this way is allowed, anything that's going up isn't. And then we've got this bush, which we still don't really know what it is, but I think it's orange blossom. Again, this will need a trim to keep it in check. So the idea with the bamboo is that that's where it should be, and this is where it shouldn't be. So the idea is, I think I'm going to go in, the easiest way to do it, I think, is to go in at ground level with the secateurs and just cut everything off and let it fall over. We'll clear up the mess afterwards until I get it back to where I want it. And then a lot of this will be half as thick, and then we can go in and deal with the top. I can do that with a hedge trimmer. I don't need to get up there. So we're getting there. There's several of these little damselflies. There's 2 or 3 of them in the garden. There's one on my bonsai. Oh, I can't see what the hell I'm doing with this screen. Beautiful colours. They don't stay still for long. Anyway, the men have been and gone, tidied up behind them, and I'm well pleased with the job, because that would have taken me days and days and a huge amount of effort to get rid of the waste. That's the problem with these big jobs. Cutting the stuff down isn't too difficult. It's chopping it all up to bag it all up and taking it around the recycling that takes the time. So we're getting there, and I'm well pleased with that. Well pleased. And we haven't got the privacy issue I thought we were going to have, because I thought there'd be a great big gaping hole there. I forgot their shed was there next door. And that covers up over half of what I thought was going to be a gaping hole. So I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased. Right, doesn't sound like the weather's going to be very kind to us this weekend, but I'll explain to Hannah that there's some stuff to do out in the garden and bring a change of clothes. And if we get soaking wet, then we can just go indoors and dry off and change our clothes. And I can't really afford the time to miss another weekend. We missed last weekend because the weather was predicted to be bad, and it was nowhere near as bad as they said it was going to be, which is really annoying. Oh, is it going to land? It's behind me at the moment. There's a new type of butterfly. Ah, come on, land, you tyke. It's over there by the fence. No, I don't know whether is it going to land on something where I can film it? No. Anyway, that was a comma butterfly. You can look them up. But yeah, that's the 4th species to come in the garden today. We're doing okay. I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.